Hildegarde, good morning to you.
Good morning, Keith.
I know you're en route to the launch of the Greenway, so you're parked somewhere for us this morning.
I am.
I know this has been a difficult journey for you as well when it comes to the referendum, because you are pro-life, yet you sat at committee meetings hours and hours on end, and then you did come out as a yes supporter. How do you read what happened on Friday? The democratic rights of the people, they voted, and a landslide victory for the yes vote.
Yes, it really was an emphatic yes, with 66% of the Irish people coming out in favour of a yes vote. And Galway West, South Mayo was the highest yes vote of the three local constituencies at 65.9%, so it's very much in line with the national figure. I don't think anybody realised it was going to be such an emphatic yes. I thought it was going to be very tight in the end. But as you say, my perspective changed over the last couple of months. I was asked to go on that cross-party committee on the Eighth Amendment, and we had medical experts, legal experts coming before us, outlining how the Eighth Amendment that was inserted in the Constitution in 1983 has really had negative repercussions for women's health over the last 30 years and more. So it was a very, a grueling process for, I know, all the TDs and senators who sat on that committee. And I think the people really informed themselves over the last few weeks and months. And I know for many this has been a campaign going on for many years. But just coming at it from a personal perspective, I never really thought about it or wanted to think about it, because it's such an emotive and difficult issue, and it's not a black and white issue. So I think many people informed themselves about the medical implications of this. And I think not only were the personal stories of people who came forward critical in this campaign, but also the doctors who are in the coalface who came forward, went public, and gave examples of how the Eighth Amendment was affecting their work, affecting the lives of women who had been raped or had gone through any kind of sexual assault, rape, incest, and the really tragic cases of fetal abnormalities and what those couples had to endure. So it has been, I think, a tough an emotional campaign for both sides, and I can empathise with those on the no side. I was in Leisureland on Saturday, and there definitely wasn't a feeling of celebration. It was more relief from those who saw the amendment had been repealed, and there was a lot of tears and emotion there on the day. So we really have a mandate now to put forward this legislation, draft the legislation as carefully and as quickly as possible, and have it gone through our Oireachtas by the end of the year.
But can I ask you, so was it the personal stories, do you think, that brought the landslide victory from a yes point of view? All of those stories that we had in this programme, other radio programmes, TV debates and otherwise?
I think so. I think that, and the experts coming forward, the personal stories, even people on the doors who were ready to divulge the most personal and emotive and private stories, was really incredible. And I think this campaign allowed them the space to do that. I think people felt it was important that they shared those private and really difficult stories with people, and with strangers often. It was quite incredible. I know when you look back, hindsight is a great thing. I always thought it was going to be very close, but obviously there was a silent group of yes people out there who weren't telling anybody, had their own personal stories as well, and or knew somebody in their lives, or heard those stories coming from the medics, the legal people, and of course people who had the bravery to come forward. And I just want to acknowledge the role that Together for Yes played on the ground nationally, and the Galway Together for Yes umbrella group, who had so many fantastic campaigners who were so well informed. I came to this campaign late through my work on the committee and informing myself from listening to the medical and legal advice. And I remember I went to the launch in Galway in the Harbour Hotel of the Together for Yes campaign, and I was so impressed with their knowledge of this. And I think they were they played a key role going door to door and talking about the legal implications. We had the Attorney General, who recently passed away, Peter Sutherland, in 1983, who said at the time that inserting the Eighth Amendment into the Constitution would have negative repercussions for women, and it's such a complicated issue that the Constitution is just not the place for it. And life isn't black and white. And I think the lessons we need to learn here is to listen to experts. And listen to a wide range of experts on this, as we did, and we saw so many doctors coming forward, and I think that was a crucial part, as well as the personal stories and the bravery of people exposing themselves and being vulnerable in public and telling their deepest and most private stories.